Everybody, Ryan Grant here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm basically going to be creating a video that you can keep coming back to whenever you feel demotivated throughout the gym. So this is going to solve your consistency problem. If you have that problem and if you're in that loop of going to the gym solely when you're motivated and not doing the work when you need to, then this video is going to be a fucking wake up call for you. And every time you feel demotivated, come back to this video as I'm going to make sure you're fired up and you do the work, because that is what is most important, right? Your feelings, your fluctuations in motivation are temporary. However, the actions you do will, determine the situation you're going to be in 3 weeks or even 6 months down the line, right? So it's super, super important you do the work. What are you doing? What on earth are you doing not doing the fucking work? What on earth are you doing skipping the gym, right? Not going because you feel tired, you feel demotivated, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, right? That's not how muscles grow. Muscles don't know whether you're feeling good or feeling shit, or whether you woke up on the bad side of the bed or not. The muscles only care about the consistency of the stimulation, right? So if you're not showing up when you're meant to and you're being inconsistent, then you're going to be in the same place 6 months down the line. And how would that feel? That would feel fucking awful, wouldn't it? Knowing that you wasted 6 months and you could be in such a better position, and you may see your friend or other people around you or other people on social media doing what you want to do, but you just can't seem to do it because you give into this shitty demotivation, right? The demotivation, all it is a test from the universe to see whether you're worth what you actually want, right? And if you don't pass this test and if you fail, then you're not going to grow muscle, and all the work you do when you go to the gym is going to go to fucking waste because you're not consistent with it. Like trying to learn a new hobby, right? If you want to all of a sudden learn Spanish, the Spanish language, right? And you're really motivated for the first week. So you show up to all your lessons or your online things, or you're doing your study, right? And then that motivation slowly wears off, because at the start, obviously, we all get that buzz of excitement. We all get that spike in motivation. When that motivation wears off, that is the true test. And that is when the universe comes in to see whether you deserve what you want and whether you're worth actually achieving your goal or not. And if you don't show to the universe why you're worth it, so if you don't do the work, you're not going to get anywhere, right? And you're going to be in the same situation as you are now, and you're going to keep complaining, and you're going to keep coming back to videos of why I'm not consistent, why I'm demotivated. And do you want that for your bigger picture, right? Do you want that later in life? You're still going to be watching these videos, and you're going to be seeing people around you, shooting past you like there's no tomorrow, because they're actually doing the work and they don't give a shit whether they feel motivated or demotivated or not, because they have their vision, they have their focus, right? And very, very quickly, I want you to shut your eyes, right? Right now, shut your eyes. If you're actually serious about gaining muscle and gaining weight and achieving your dream self physically, shut your eyes right now. This is another test, right? If you don't want to take action, then I look weird with my eyes shut, but but if you don't want to take action now and you're already feeling this resistance, and you don't want to shut your eyes and do what I'm about to do, then it's simply not going to work for you, right? So shut your eyes, and I want you to imagine your dream self, right? When we all start the gym, we have somewhere we want to go because we want to escape our current situation. So imagine your dream self, imagine your dream physique, imagine you being self-actualized, imagine your evolved self, right? Now think about all the emotions you're feeling, all them happy emotions, all that pride, all that, all that hard work that's paid off, right? Think about how happy you feel, right? I may as well chuck a fucking bomb into that imagination world and blow it up and make it no more. Because if you are demotivated and you're not going to the gym when you need to, that imaginary land of you being that self-actualized version of you is not going to exist, right? The only way you improve is by constantly putting yourself through this discomfort. As where discomfort lies, growth always lies there as well. And if you're not ready to put yourself through this discomfort, aka go to the gym when you don't necessarily feel like it, and you've got all these voices telling you to rest, and you don't go to the gym and you give in to those invisible voices, then that imagination land is no more, right? You're not going to grow. If you can't put yourself through discomfort, then you most certainly won't be able to go through growth, right? It is as simple as that. So now I want to ask you this question in order to put the cherry on the cake for the end of this video, right? In 10 years time, do you want to be sitting on your sofa, you know, looking down at your dream physique, shredded six-pack abs, wide shoulders, broad chest, huge arms, Dorito back, dream self, right? Whatever that is, that may not necessarily be your dream self. However, just being very aesthetic at the beach, that is probably most men's ideal situation, right? Or do you want to be looking down on your sofa at the exact same physique now, if not even worse, because you didn't show up when you're demotivated and now you feel shit and now you feel regret because you've wasted 10 years of your life on and off, and all of those gym sessions that you actually did, even though you may have trained hard in them, they've come to nothing because you've been inconsistent. What would you rather for yourself, right? Think of the long-term picture. How would you feel, right? You would feel so much better in yourself if you put yourself through this discomfort right now that is temporary, in comparison to if you gave into the discomfort and you remain comfortable, therefore not growing, not in a situation you'd have loved to be in, and you're just in deep and utter regret, and that can affect your mental health as well as your physical health, right? What the fuck would you rather, okay? So if you're feeling demotivated today and you don't want to go to the gym, whether that's not going to the gym or not wanting to eat the food you need to, because, you know, in order to bulk and gain muscle, you do need to eat in a calorie surplus, right? Doing that bit on the bike, I don't know, if you don't feel like doing what you need to do, then pattern the fuck up, mate, because would you rather live in regret or, you know, go through the hardship now for the reward later, right? Pain now, comfort later, discomfort now, reward later. What the fuck would you rather for yourself? Think of the bigger picture, right? So that is the end of this video. Go and do what you need to do now. If you want to help me on these YouTube videos, my free community is going to be in the top link in the description if you want more accountability and wisdom from me beyond these YouTube videos. But without further ado, would you rather the discipline or the regret? It's your choice. See you next time.